Well, yeah, I've been invited to talk a little bit about psychology in our emails, which I think is more of a methodology issue than rather our findings. So the other one's been really, really concrete on numbers. I'll be a little bit more methodology-wise, looking into how we do things, or a realization that we did. So yeah, my name is Steffen, and I'm the founder and CEO of Bownty. We've been building Bownty for 4.5 years now. So we've gotten through a lot of iterations and learned a lot of stuff about how we're doing emails, which we do a lot, which is a primary source of income in our business model. So first, I'll just take you through a couple of slides telling you what Bownty is. You have an understanding of what we do. We basically promise consumers to find the best value for money experience regardless of where they are. So we have an app, we have a website, we send emails and push notifications whenever we have something that's relevant for people. So what we do is we basically go out in the markets and we say, okay, what's available from Groupon, from Downtown, from Sweet Deal, from restaurant booking sites, from travel booking sites, and we just aggregate it all onto one app. In the last 12 months, we've tripled our gross volume to an 18 million euro annual revenue run rate. And we have around 2 million users across 1,200 cities. And we're sending around roughly 1.5 million emails per day at this point. So we have a lot of statistics grounds to say what we have of changes that worked and did not work. But what I really want to talk about is more like, I'm going to build a case for changing your emails rapidly. So what we found was basically, let me just do this first. What we found was basically that whatever change we did made a positive impact. Some really, really big, some really, really small. The positive impact was always followed by a decrease. Some of the decreases were fast, some of them were really long, gradual slopes down, but all of them had this bump up in the beginning, and that made us choose wrongly based on our A/B tests. So we thought, okay, this is a clear winner after a couple of days testing, but really probably wasn't the right one. Or maybe the effect was not as big as we thought. So we started looking into what is going on, like what's that effect? And we figured out there was this well-known psychology effect called the Hawthorne effect, which is basically named after a factory, I think around Chicago, in the 1920s, where they experimented a lot about employee productivity. And one of the most famous changes they made was to tweak the lighting. So in the assembly line, I think they built some electrical equipment. They tweaked the lighting. When they increased the lighting, productivity went up. When they increased it again, it went even up some more. They lowered the lighting to a lower before they even started the experiments. Productivity went up as well. So the researchers started thinking, okay, any change is positive, what's going on? And any change also resulted in a decrease of productivity over time as well. So they started researching a little bit more, and they basically figured out that the newness was the thing that was the good thing. It was not so much the lighting, it was actually the fact that the researcher was actually caring about the people at the assembly line's welfare and looking into it. So being a research subject was actually the thing that increased productivity. So okay, if that's the case, let's do some more testing. So we started doing what we call rapid changes. I'm not sure how rapid maybe one big A/B test a week really is, but that's according to a baseline we're doing no test. That was quite rapid. So we started changing subject lines. We changed content of the emails we sent. We increased types of categories we sent, up and down in level of amount of deals that we send out, time of day. All of these changes, all of these things that the other guys have been mentioning as things you can change in emails, we did all of it. Still doing a lot of it. Also differences per country or per city or per user, all of these things we're trying to figure out. But all of them had a bump up and a gradual slope down. And then before that slope ends, we initiate the next one. And that's the most important thing for us. So we can ride this wave of changes, which is the slope that we see going up according to our baseline. So yeah, the case that I would like to present to you all is that whatever change you can come up with, just get them rolling, and you can learn from that, and you can have more engaged users just based on the fact that you're actually changing stuff. So there's also a flip side. Like all of these changes, you need to identify what part of the change that's actually something you want to stick to. The statistics gets messy because you need the time frame to actually understand it. Because if you have a gradual slope, where does that actually end? Does it end at a lower point than before? Then it's probably not a change you want to keep. If it ends at a higher point, but just at a gradual slope into time, then it's completely fine to keep. So there's a lot of feedback loops and learnings that you need to do. So I'll just do this really quick. The statistics is quite significant at the scale we are in sending. Being creative and figuring out what types of changes you can actually do in the email is also very crucial. The learning loops to figuring out what part of the change was actually the thing that worked and not just the newness was also very crucial for us. And then Hawthorne, in a short sentence, is basically that the newness in itself is the positive factor you can take away. And that was it for me.